Hello students, today we are going to work on Go Math Grade 4, Chapter 4, Lesson 6. Our learning goal today is I can use the distributed property to find quotients. Now, if you didn't already do this, I recommend you pause the video while you get your math journal, your colored pencils, or your colored highlighter. You'll need at least 2 colors for this lesson. I'm going to show you one problem that demonstrates how to do distributed property, and then the next 2 problems after that need to be copied in your math journal. Remember to put the date on the top of the page, title the page, division, and the distributed property. Pause the video until you have all of your materials. Okay, now you should have all your materials, and we are going to review what distributed property was. Remember, in distributed property, we distribute one of the factors. Here we have 8 times 28. I like the number 8. It's easy to work with. But that 28 is a little bit large. So we're going to break up the 28 using expanded notation. When we break up the 28, we get 20 plus 8. When we go to our area model, 20 and 8. Remember, this is the side that would be 20 squares long. This is the side that would be 8 squares long. Now, moving on. We now want to take our expanded notation numbers, the 20 and the 8, and move them into the next set of blanks here so that we can now distribute the 8 to each one of them. So a 20 goes into this spot and an 8 goes into this spot. So there's my 20, there's my 8, and there's the multiply by 8. So I'm going to do the first one here. 8 times 2 gives me 16, and then I just put the 0 down. So I know this yellow box is actually 160. Now I need to do the smaller box. 8 times 8 we know is 64. So the smaller box has to be 64. Now to figure out the answer to 8 times 28, I now have to add up 160 plus 64. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12. Regroup the 1. There's nothing here in the hundreds, so 1 and 1 is 2. So this answer is 224. So that's a review of distributed property. We're distributing the 8 to the 28, but we broke the 28 up into 20 plus 8. Now it's time to start putting some stuff inside your journal. So make sure you have the date on the top of the page, and make sure you've titled the page Distributed Property with Division. Today we're going to find the quotient each smaller rectangle represents. And our problem, our sample, is going to be 69 divided by 3. It says here to outline a rectangle on a grid to model 69 times 3. Well, I know since this is the dividend, that's how many squares I have to have. But I don't know how many across it goes. I know it's got to go 3 down. 1, 2, 3. Now I got to count by 3s until I get all the way to 69, and I'm afraid I'm going to run out of space here. 3, 6, whoops. 3, 6, 9, 12. 15. Oh, come on, pen. 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Let's check this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10, and I know that's 30. So I know if I go another 10, I can have 30 plus 30. That'll give me 60. So let's just go another 10. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There's my 60. Now I have to make the 9. So here's how I'm going to make the 9. I still know that it's 3, 3, 6, 9. You may want to pause the video now while you make sure you've drawn that the rectangles correctly. I'll wait. Okay, if you've started the video, I'm going to assume that you've already copied down the rectangle. Let's do a little bit of review. When I made this box, I thought of 69 as being 60 plus 9. I know that there are 60 squares here, and I know that there are 9 squares here. So that's where I get my 69. Our divisor is 3. I want to use the numbers that are multiples of 3, which is why I did 30, 3 times 10, and then 3 times 10 again to give me my 60. Now let's look at the rectangle models. I'm going to get my highlighter, and let's use, I'm going to use a pink. All right, you need a highlighter now, and I'm going to shade the first box, the box of 60, so that it's pink. Now I can't really see my 60, so I'm going to go back and get my pencil and put that 60 in there one more time. Now I'm going to get another color for my highlighter. And I think I want this one to be, let's use yellow. All right, I'm going to put yellow on the 9. Again, my 9's kind of disappeared, so I'm going to write it back in. All right, now let's take the model right here and put it into our distributed property. You can see I have 69 divided by 3, and then I did something divided by 3, and something else divided by 3. Well, the only numbers here I have to work with are 60, so that's going to go in the first one, and 9, so that'll go in the second one. Now I can start seeing something that's going to make this a much easier problem to solve. I now know that 60 divided by 3 is the same as 6 divided by 3, which is 2, and just put the 0 back. 9 divided by 3 is one of our basic facts, and I know 9 divided by 3 is plain old 3. If I add these two numbers together, 20 plus 3, I get 23. So 69 divided by 3 equals 23. I recommend you pause the video now and get all of this copied into your notebook. That's really important. This section and this section. Don't go on until you've got those two copied. Pause the video and we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you. And this time we're going to use the distributed property with division to find 68 divided by 4. Outline a rectangle on a grid to model 68 divided by 4? Well, the only factor I know is this divisor right here, which is 4. So I need to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to get to 68 again. I remembered last time that when I was counting by threes, I had to go like 20 over, because 3 times 20 was 60. This time, I'm going by fours. I don't know how well this is going to work, so let's figure it out. This is 4, 8, 12, 16, there's 20. I know for every 5 I get 20. So if I want to get 60, I go 5, another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gives me 20, that's 40. I got to go another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's check. 4, there's 4 right here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that 20 and 20 gives me 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 60. So I'm going to draw my line right there. Now the next thing we need to make is we need to make the group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 4. Okay, so there's my model. You may want to stop the video and make your model. Now, let's look at this 68. Whoa, that's 64. I need 4 more. There's 68. Here's my 60, and here's my 8. We broke the 68 into 60 plus 8 in its expanded form. So this is 60 plus 8. That's how I get my 68. I know that this is 4. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to move it into my algorithm or my actual number sentences. 68 divided by 4 equals 60 divided by 4 plus 8 divided by 4. When we look right here, we took our 60 again, and it's broken up into 60 plus 8. We carried our 4 over because we're distributing the 4 into the 60 and the 8. Now, 60 divided by 4, if I count the boxes here, we know that this box represents 60. We know that this box represents 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I know that 15 will go into 60 4 times. So I'm going to make this 15. 15 times 4 is 60. Now this is 8 divided by 4. Well, right there I even drew the line. Gives you 2. So the answer here is 17. So 17 times 68, 17 times 4 will give you 68. Now I recommend you pause the video and write the problem, the algorithm part, and draw the model. Remember, you can stop this video at any time if you need time to catch up. Now here's one for you to do on your own. It says, let's find 81 divided by 3. You need to outline a rectangle on a grid to model 81 divided by 3. Think of 81 as 2 numbers that are multiples of the divisor 3. Then each rectangle models a division problem. You should be pausing the video and seeing if you can solve this by yourself. Now, since you have started the video again, I'm going to assume you're ready to figure this one out. Now, we know we're dividing in multiples of 3, so we definitely have to go down 3. We need to find two numbers that are multiples of 3 that'll help us get to 81. When I look at this, I naturally think 60, because we used 60 already, all right? And we went 20 times. So let's do that 60 again. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 60. All right. But I need to get to 81. So that means here I'm going to have another 7 and I don't have enough room here, so I'm going to fake it. Okay, that square represents my 7. So here's 60 60 squares. And here is 3 times 7 to give me 21 squares. So the way I broke apart the number of 81 was 60 plus 21. Now, I got the 60 in the box. Now I got to put the 21 in the other box. Let's do our division now. 60 divided by 3 is the same as 6 divided by 3. Get rid of that 0 for now. We put down the 2, then we put the 0 back. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. So when I add the two together, I get 27. Now, if you need to see the boxes more clearly, you can use your highlighters. Oops. And when you use your highlighters, you can color one side yellow. There's the 21. Now I'm going to get another color. Ooh, let's use a light blue. And all of this is the box that had the 60. Okay, like I said, this one does not need to be put inside your journal. The hardest part about this problem was the 81. Breaking up the 81 was really kind of hard to do, because 8 doesn't divide by 3 evenly. So we had to think of other ways to do it. And we already knew about 60. Could you have solved this a different way? You certainly could have. There are many other products you could have used that are divisible by 3 that would have gotten you to the same answer. Whoops. Now you've got one more problem to put inside your journal. I want you to draw the rectangle, show the distributed property steps, and then show the final quotient for the problem 42 divided by 3. So you're going to draw the rectangle, you're going to divide it into two different spots, then you're going to do 42 divided by 3 equals plus, okay, that should be enough to get you going. Okay, when you finish, you can bring it to me to check, but if I'm still working with a group, you can compare your answers with another student's. Once both of you are sure you understand that, you can go and work in your math book on page 229 to 230. You're going to start with numbers 1 through 7. Work with your buddy. Make sure 1 to 7 is correct. After you finish 1 to 7, look at 8 and 9. And last, look at 10 and 11. Solve the problems using any method. We've learned a couple of methods this week. Ignore the directions that ask you to use base 10 blocks. I did not show you how to use base 10 blocks. So when you get to that, just ignore it. Well, there's today's video. It was a little longer than I wanted it to be because I gave you 3 different examples. But, all right, it's yours now. Get to work and I'll check in with you later.